Please enjoy the show.
Greetings and salutations, children of all ages. Man, I get a motherfucking yer. I fucking hate y'all. Welcome to a brand new episode. This is why we can't have a nice podcast. Low thirds tell us who we are. Matt, Dro, Show, and yeah, how y'all been since y'all last episode?
You know, same old shit. Work. Other than
Black
that, for a while.
You know, Black in America. Same shit, different day.
That's illegal. Anyway, first order of business. Since I'm watching like fucking streams, might as well talk about video games. The lovely folks over at Sony decided they thought it would be a good idea to drop a BLM theme. You know, I'm all for that. You know, that sounds like a good idea until
Oh no, it was a great idea.
Great idea, right?
It truly was, because you know they actually donated and matched donations towards the movement.
You know, great idea, but
Stand by what you believe in.
According to certain people of fairer skin descent, they are upset. Their feelings have been hurt. They are offended because they feel like their gaming console has brought in politics and put in and supported a group that is a terrorist organization of racial proportions, like the Ku Klux Klan, and that's what said discrepancies with the Caucasus community has been bestowed upon within these comments.
You ever had some white people tears? It's refreshing.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It needs some type of salt or something. You know, it's just bleh.
Just you could do that yourself, but
no, that's the one thing that don't need salt.
Yeah.
No seasoning. Yeah, I mean, I really don't fucking understand why this is still an issue.
Because most of those whites are upset that Sony is recording chat logs now, and they about to get busted for saying the N-word. And then when he dropped that N-word, the whole digital library about to be deleted. That's what's gonna happen. That's why they upset.
Nigga said no PS Plus, nigga.
They upset because they want to be Logic so bad.
I'm black.
Ain't that right, Logic?
Shut up. Anyway,
speaking of that, you got mad.
Yeah,
like you spent like a quarter.
Oh my god, we're not doing this, bro. I'm not Logic.
Nigga.
You better not say Logic. Joe Budden's gonna pop up and say, "Yo, you pandering right now, my guy. Stop it."
Stop. Don't get me started on that.
They just told you Logic in front of everybody.
But real talk though, why? I don't know. Like they upset for no reason. It's like, why are you upset?
They're upset for a reason. They're either A, ignorant, B, racist, C, both.
What makes me laugh about this, a lot of the comments is like, I don't need this politicking and crap in my games. Do you not realize that damn near almost every good AAA title has something about politics in its story, or injustice, or oppression? Like, you motherfuckers done played through all of Far Cry. You didn't play through Assassin's Creed. Even though this game wasn't even that good, you didn't play through Homefront: The Revolution. You didn't play through Metro Last Light. You didn't play through Dying Light.
I mean,
a lot of this shit has prejudice behavior and fucking oppression rooted right in it. Y'all can sit there and play games. Y'all can play X-Men. Y'all can play all these other stuff.
Dishonored.
And completely miss the message of what it stands for. Or y'all just don't care about it because it's digital media and you don't have to pay attention to that because that's not your real life. So basically what you're saying is that you want to continue being racist, and as long as it supports you being racist or ignorant to the real issues, it's good gaming. But the moment it starts addressing real life issues that become problems, now all of a sudden it's too much.
I mean, first and foremost, these games do address real life issues. That's why they address them. Second of all, it's good that you named the set of games that you named, but Ghost of Tsushima deals with similar issues that might be bestowed upon within the community.
Ghost is actual history.
The Last of Us, like, is known for its tones of oppression, discrimination, and themes that are for people that don't have, whether it be the LGBT community or people that just live in poverty or lost something. It's very fucking idiotic that we still have to have this conversation. I'm more done with having this conversation with certain people. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and I was literally like, yo, I don't have it in me to be arguing about race in this country. It's like, it's a lose-lose situation. I could be 100% right in what I'm saying. If you're choosing not to listen to what I'm saying, I'm just talking on deaf ears. I wasted my breath. That's an L for me. And then if I sit there and get upset at your ignorance and racism, that's probably what these motherfuckers want. So I just lose again. It makes no sense for me to just it makes no sense for me to dive into the shit or really just argue with people constantly about what the meaning of BLM means compared to what you think it means, and why these events need to happen and why this suppression needs to stop. I'm tired of arguing. I'm tired of talking about it.
See, I go this route. Y'all say something once, you don't believe it. Continue doing that. Someone's gonna bust you in the lip. Oh man, I should never said that. That's what's gonna happen nowadays.
I mean, it's more or less for me one of those situations where Google's your friend. If it's someone that's older, I might have a little bit more empathy. Because it's like, it's unfortunate.
Nope.
Let me finish. Because it sucks. It sucks that you're fucking ignorant. And it's not my job to change that. So you can choose to live in your miserable, ignorant world, because there's no such thing as a happy, ignorant racist. No such thing. It doesn't coexist. It sucks. I feel very, very sorry for those who fucking open their fucking eyes and see the fact that the way they're living is wrong. But I'm also going to fucking exhort my voice trying to argue that to some ignorant racist person. I'm just not. Or fucking coon to say the least. It's just not. It's too much energy. Even now, like, having to explain that just took way too much fucking energy. I'm good. But like,
black crime.
Oh, shut up. It's like, I get tired of that argument. I get tired of, but we're doing this and we need to do that. No, nigga, this the conversation that is happening, that what we're talking about, why X, Y, and Z matters, is not the it's like there's a conversation, a time and place for everything. If we're talking about apples, don't bring up oranges. You look like a coon trying to do that dumb shit. And it's like,
oranges, they're bringing up rockets. And we're talking about Pokemon.
Exactly. That's a better analogy.
We talking about Gatorade. You talking about fucking space rocks.
Like, I like eggs. Like, motherfucker, we don't.
Don't you bring Ed into this?
Like, fucking butter toast ass niggas. Like,
Nah, don't bring Ed into this. My man put that rock in his shoe. He probably embraces him.
But no,
Man,
it's
level the White House.
me personally. I just don't feel like I feel like the same way as last episode when we were talking about like the fucking debate, how that shit went, and I like me just feeling like all types of disheartened and shit. Like that's how I feel for the most part.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna continue saying we are fucked whoever wins.
Oh yeah, nigga, we getting fucked by the Gimp in Pulp Fiction, nigga.
Listen, we got the
Yo,
choice between a giant douche and a turd sandwich.
Yep.
And
And the worst part is,
LeBron will be performing his new hit single "Vote or Die."
speaking of new singles,
No,
yo,
time out. Here's one thing I gotta address. I can y'all stop blowing up? Not y'all, but yo, we get it. We have to vote. There's not
you can
one
turn that shit up on
celebrity.
your Facebook.
No, there's not one celebrity. There's not one IG person that has made an effort to vote that has addressed either a single issue of why you should vote other than the fucking obvious.
It's like
It just looks like all y'all are doing this for clout. Y'all all look dumb if y'all don't keep this energy up next year. Where was this energy last year? Is this energy going to be focused upon when it comes to the politics that affect everybody after our election?
when you do the
Absolutely the
House and the
fuck not.
Senate, you gotta vote for all of that.
Absolutely the fuck not. And it's just annoying that like I have to every other post is like, oh, you gotta make sure you vote early. No, nigga, how about we just vote? You shut the fuck up and don't bother me about voting.
You know,
And I
turn
can't.
notifications
Speaking
off.
of voting,
No, I'm talking. It's like not even turning my notifications off. It's like I can't even do anything without seeing 50 million fucking posts about make sure you vote, nigga.
I don't see none of them.
That's you. That shit's
Cause
flooded
I
on my
turned that shit
fucking
the
time.
fuck off.
yeah.
You turn notifications itself the
Speaking
fuck
of
off.
speaking,
Like you can turn as far as like Facebook goes, you can turn that off.
Oh no. I'm talking about like
Other people saying that, well,
yeah.
that's why I don't pay attention to other people.
Like I'm just like I what's on my
I got
feed
my own
today?
problems right now. Like we already understand how important it is to vote, but
Like you're talking to a bunch of grown ass adults. Like vote. Like we get it. Just vote. Want to vote. You can either vote early or vote the day of.
speaking speaking of campaigning, yo, Biden Harris is going down the Hillary Clinton route.
Huh? I didn't hear.
Biden Harris campaign is going down the Hillary Clinton route. Do you see that video that I posted in the group chat?
Fucking god.
something
First and
about battle
foremost.
rap.
First and foremost.
Is an actual
Clips.
campaign.
Clips. DNA. Why? Just why? I get what you're doing, but why? And this is the shit I'm talking about where I don't need to see this shit. We're voting anyway. Like, I thought we were past the point of trying to drill in the head that we need to vote.
I'm like,
How
is
much
this
is
real?
all y'all like?
All right, this is slightly against the grain here, but what if we're not the people they're trying to reach with that?
That is a good point.
That's a good point, but
Like that's just what I'm thinking about. Like I feel like we're not the people that they're trying to reach with that. I think that they're trying to reach like the general ignorant ass motherfuckers who would just sit there and watch battle rap 24/7 and just not care about anything else. Like I feel like that was for them. We could see how stupid that was.
I'm like,
We can see the asinine all the way down the street. But like maybe it wasn't for us.
That shit made my like just that shit made my dicks off like 2020.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
The shit that aggravates me about all that is just that, like, I thought we were past the pandering to get everybody to fucking vote because it's a presidential election year.
Nope.
We do realize we're voting for some shit that's basic human rights, and we should be focusing on why we should vote due to the reasons given above, whether you're a fucking Republican or Democrat, whatever the case may be. Don't just vote don't just tell people to vote because you feel like telling people to fucking vote. That just looks mad fucking stupid. Like, to me, that just looks so stupid. Like, oh, y'all need to vote. Y'all gotta make sure y'all vote. Just push. People already made up the American citizen has already made up their mind if they're gonna vote or not. Seeing a whole bunch of ads shoving it down people's throat might just annoy them to not do it, or just be annoyed to vote.
Or they're gonna vote for the wrong reasons. Like, oh man,
they're basically triggering that response of, like, if you're about to go pick something up off the floor and then somebody tells you to go pick it up the floor, now you're not going to do it because you feel like somebody's trying to dictate what you're going to do or what you should be doing instead of you
I have to
listen.
This is bad enough. I gotta tell people to vote during my phone calls for work, and then while I'm making these phone calls, these people members are like, "Hey, don't forget to go vote." Like, I know I'm voting for already. Like,
if you're in New York, do not tell me to vote before fucking October 24th. Don't do that. Don't, like, it's so fucking annoying. Like, stop. Just stop. Like, especially if y'all know y'all demographics, majority of New Yorkers. Like, shut up. Fuck. Like, it's like I can understand why they're doing it. I just don't like the pandering to voting when it's only a presidential election. It just further produces the narrative of the president is what we need to be looking for, and not our Senate, not our House of Representatives, not our local representatives at all. That's stupid to me. And you're trying to get people into politics, into seeing what's going on with your country and all this other extra shit, but all you do is just focus on presidential elections. I could tell you straight up, for those who in our fan base that don't know, president really doesn't do shit. It's the House of Representatives. But Trump is a rare exception because Trump is basically fucking Joffrey. He doesn't know what the fuck to do. He's just going to do whatever he wants fucking regardless. And that's what the fuck's happening. They can't control the little nigga, and that's why we got the muck that we have now. But usually what happens is he looks at the laws, might give a final say so on it. He might give a say so, yes or no on it. But the Senate and the House of Representatives is the motherfuckers that actually do shit, that actually get shit done, that actually see how much goes into our community, what in everybody else's community. And I'm very much generalizing it. It's way deeper than what I'm saying, but if you're going to focus so much on voting this year, focus on voting next year. Focus on voting the year after that. It's going to be just of important an election. 2022 is going to be just as important as 2020.
Yep.
So for the love of God, please, with sugar on top. If you're going to vote, vote. If you're unsure about voting, read about both fucking candidates of whatever topics you're voting, whatever candidates you're voting for in your representative state, and then go for the one which best for you. I don't give a fuck who you're voting for. All I know is this election really doesn't mean shit compared to what other people are trying to say it is.
Yeah, it's like
I feel like really getting shit faced.
That's how I vote. Because I vote independent. I always vote third party. I've been voting third party since technically the second Obama election. I voted for Obama, but I voted everybody else in the Senate and stuff independent. Right. I've been third party since then because I rather have some flexibility when it comes to politics. Because you could be aggressive and conservative. There's positives and negatives on both ends.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you got now everyone recently just want to be radicals about it. It's like, I'm being radical progressive, being radical conservative. And it's like, And that's how you bump heads when you try to get people to actually learn about your beliefs and politics.
Vote. It's like, you know how I feel like right now, what we should do, every conversation that we have, we should just randomly cut to the guy saying smoke from Family Guy, but it should just say vote.
Are you smoking yet?
Are you voting yet? That's how I feel. Like, stop fucking pandering to me. I'm a grown-ass man. I know what I'm going to do. Relax.
It's basically like they're pandering, and then on the same side, they're also, on the same coin, they're also spreading fear. Because they're like, oh, this one's really important because we need to do this and we need to do that.
Don't vote. Don't vote for Trump. The only reason why I'm gonna tell people this right now. It's gonna be a whole shit show if Biden becomes president. Not because of Biden, because on January 22nd, when
they're gonna riot.
Trump has to vacate the office, there's gonna be indictments. There's gonna be a shitstorm sabbatical that's going to happen from Donald and his cabinet.
It's gonna be everyone else. Donald's not gonna get arrested.
It's gonna be like SpongeBob, the fucking anchovies invading fucking invading the fucking Krusty Krab. Yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. Mad chaos. Like, and nothing's gonna happen because they're gonna be pussyfooting around situations so fucking much that they're gonna just pander to everybody imaginable. Some people might receive tax hikes that shouldn't receive fucking tax increases. We'll get to that later with Curtis Jackson. There might be, some people might receive income. Some people might not receive income. Shit's gonna get really fucking weird in the next 6 to 10 months. So I want to tell people this: do not think that just because Biden gets elected president, that shit is gonna be fixed. Because I could let you know right now, if he wins in November, shit can still go south ridiculously between November and January. I'm telling you this now. So be mindful, understand what you're voting for if you're going to vote. If you don't vote, cool. I mean, everybody says if you don't vote, your voice don't count, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck about that because that doesn't matter because there's people that vote. Hillary won the fucking popular vote, but Trump won the electoral college.
Stupid.
So that whole if you don't vote, your voice don't mean shit means nothing because we have this idiotic shit known as the electoral college, but that's another story for another time. I do think, honestly...
Oh my goodness. Wow. Kanye, I'm just looking up like independent parties that are running, and Kanye West is actually on the ballot.
Shh. Anyway,
birthday party.
I could have won.
What call?
I could have won my entire life without watching a Kanye West campaign video. The fact that there's no one in his circle trying to get him to stop doing that is fucking beyond me. Do I think he's working for Trump? No. I honestly don't think Kanye is under any ploy to work for Trump. I do think people are just letting Kanye be Kanye, not understanding how damaging it is to Kanye and the people around him and his fan base, because he got a lot of young, impressionable people that are 18, 19 years old, 21 years old, who had a chance to vote when Trump got elected, that are there now to support Kanye. And someone needs to sit Kanye down and realize, like, hey, if you're gonna run, prep for 2024. Now, do I care if Kanye West runs for president? No, it really doesn't affect me that much. But if you really look at the situation of what's happening, then no. For those of you saying that if you don't vote, every non-voter is a vote for Trump, no. New York is a very blue state. It's very much a blue state. It's probably going to stay a blue state. I don't give a fuck if it changes to a red state. It really doesn't concern me that much, because there's a lot of other fucking states. I think New York has 20 electoral votes compared to the majority of the other states you need to win. Yeah, it's just complicated, and I hate talking about politics nowadays because it's just a big ass fucking concussion.
Unfortunately,
this whole thing is just a headache.
It's just a.
Let's spiral away from the politics and kind of just segue back to what we were initially talking about. And that was just the people who are just mad over a fucking theme that's free, that you don't have to pay for, that is your option to download. It's like the moment they just see anything with BLM on it, they just instantly choose to be outraged.
Oh my God, triggered! Like,
and it's weird because they sit there, and I've made this statement earlier today. They sit there and they'll be like, "Oh my God, Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, and they're terrible, they're horrible." They can say all this in the same breath, but yet the same people who are saying this have said nothing about the KKK. They're calling Black Lives Matter Marxism, and they saying it's partnered with Antifa, and all this just ignorant techno babble they hear the next person say, and they all band together like a big wave of idiocracy, and ignore facts of the fact that the actual terrorist organization has been and always will be the KKK and the fucking Nazis that are just chilling in plain sight. The neo-Nazis or whatever, some of them are actually cops, just like the KKK. Some of them are fucking firefighters, probably. There are people. There's pretty much probably one of them in almost every field of something. Everything is infiltrated.
No, you're right, 100% on that.
But they sit there and they look at people who are like, "Yo, I want my life to be considered equal," and they're like, "Nah, y'all terrorists." When it doesn't, it takes only one person, either from their group or actual person who really does back Black Lives Matter, to do something, and they'll just use that to spearhead the entire movement. They had people literally just spray painting Black Lives Matter somewhere, and it wasn't even remotely close to how anyone of any type of seasoned, because they're male. They don't use any seasoning. So any seasoned person wouldn't just go to a graveyard and desecrate it and put blacks rule.
Only white people do that dumb shit.
Like, it's just, but they'll use that. They'll use the looting and the rioting that happened and just immediately blame black people for it, as if the police weren't the ones leaving bricks in every high value, not even high value, low value area where things could be smashed and broken into.
And a lot of people don't realize that, because a lot of people like to use the you're destroying your community as an excuse, but at the end of the day, those communities are those properties and small businesses, they don't own those businesses, they're owned by the banks. So the community you live in is actually owned by the banks. At the end of the day, so it's like
while we're on that topic, okay, that's a good point, and my glasses almost fell. A problem I have in regards to that would be when people like saying that we're destroying our own community and shit like that.
it's not ours.
What? Nah. What are we What are we really destroying?
Because they've given us the worst of the worst.
We're destroying. You're being mad at poor people for being poor. So when they loot shit like jewelry stores and phone stores, shit that has been subjected to give them value in their life, you're blaming them for destroying that. What supermarkets are being looted? I seen one pharmacy get looted. I seen a few sneaker stores get looted. I seen cops
loot sneaker stores.
I seen cops put a gate. You know, I seen cops, pry open a gate and then allow looters to loot. I seen peaceful protesters walking over the Brooklyn Bridge trying to go home, and they pinned them in between the bridge.
Cattle them.
So they will miss curfew, so it gives them an excuse to arrest them. I seen that.
You know the funny thing
We
is,
need to stop blaming poor people for being poor and trapped, because the deep conditioning of what our environment is, and we just like to point the finger of, oh, we need to do X, Y, and Z. Why? Because this environment is given to us by the same people that want to see us fail.
You know
So
what's
why
crazy?
so why not destroy it and make it into something better in some cases, ideally. But
You know what's crazy? They say that, it's the people from Black Lives Matter looting and rioting and breaking up all these stores and whatever. But honestly, it's people in poor neighborhoods, and if there are people out there rioting, I figure, and this is probably like as truthful as it gets, if they're out there and they're actually rioting, these people are taking things that they need to get back to their homes for like basic survival. Whereas there are people of higher standards breaking into like Apple stores or breaking into high value areas to steal something that would not change how they live their day to day, not even in the slightest. They're going and they're stealing like fucking like Louis shirts and stuff that a poor person wouldn't even be bothered to look at. They like if the world went to shit right now, even more than it actually is, the rich would die.
yep.
The rich would die so fucking fast because their money would have no value, and their skills and their abilities and their personality would mean shit. They would become legit the new poor. If something else was made as currency, they'd be fucked. If we were in like a metro last light system where bullets became currency, a lot of them would be fucked. Well, bullets a bad like fucking choice there because
but no,
a lot
yeah,
of
but
shooters.
given your
But,
situation,
but like
go
let's
on.
say let's say like toothpaste. If toothpaste became currency, they're fucked up. Like
Yep.
that's just how it is.
Then the worst part is like, as soon as the Blasio's daughter's mugshot went out, all that curfew shit stopped immediately.
Of course it did.
So it's like all of that curfew shit. Like she got caught on purpose.
Like a lot of the shit that's going on is being made by people in power who should have either been retired or passed on their title to someone else.
Like I said, it's the baby boomer generation. They don't know. They don't realize how much damage they have done to the environment, and they don't want to actually pass things down to the next generation.
Like
And
the
when
shit
people
that the
that
shit that
practice,
gets me is like they're sitting there and they're like, there is no way anyone that's a millennial or that's younger than them can have a mindset or an idealistic, viewpoint that would be better than theirs unless they're literally signal boosting the same bullshit that they stand for. Like anything that's even slightly opposing to them, they
is a
have a
problem.
problem.
Yep.
They're
I
quick
just
to tell. They're quick to tell millennials and whatever how they should be living their lives, but then turn around and ask that same group of people for advice on to you how to use their smartphone, or how does Apple Pay work, or
They
how do
call
I
it stupid.
order something offline, or how do I work a smart TV? What's this computer business?
Like I said, they're the first to tell us. You stated they first tell us how to live, but as soon as they need something, they're the first one to bother us.
I
So it's
mean,
like,
A lot
I
of
think
this
our
stuff was supposed to be passed on and it was actually supposed to be generational for people of each generation to have built up their legacy and make the world better to pass on to the next generation. The problem is that the baby boomers never passed on anything.
They destroyed and leached.
They destroyed it, stayed, and then called every other generation preceding them
useless. It's like, oh, y'all don't work. Like back in my days, I had a house. Like, yeah, when a house is like $1,300, of course you can get a house.
We get that you used to be able to trade houses for 2 chickens and an orange, but we can't do that shit.
House now is like 500% more than a house back then.
I mean, we can sit here and go back and forth about the actual inflation and mismanagement of our current economy, which is very flawed to begin with. But I feel like the ideology of where I stand amongst us as minorities is simple. Stop blaming poor people for being poor. Stop being mad at trapped people for being trapped and acting irrational because of said trap, and begin reconditioning the environments that we're in. And this just don't go for celebrities, because this goes for the person that talks the immense amount of shit every goddamn day. This goes for me. This goes for you. This goes for, even if it's something as minor as, you know, telling someone not to throw up a fucking gang sign away. You should, like, they're doing it. Begin reconditioning the environment. You know, because I was having a conversation with a few of my friends, and with politicians, and they pander to the black vote, especially around this time. Do us as black people need politicians to get our shit done? No. Will it take longer for us to get to where we need to do without help from the government? And would it probably cause a war if we're pissed off enough? Yes. And we're not at the point of we need to go to war. We're already in a war, technically, but we're not at the point we need to go to physical war.
It's gonna be.
Yeah, it's like, why the fuck do I feel the need to wanna commit violence towards my politicians or police officers, whatever the case may be, when all we're doing is asking for basic help to give us basic shit? That's really what we're asking. And it's not a handout. It's for us to really be given the opportunity that we deserve, and us to be left the fuck alone.
See,
and that's what a lot of people aren't understanding. And I really didn't want to get into this the way I am, but it's like, the fuck is the point of complaining about it to a politician? I just feel like, honestly, just do it.
It's a dying art.
Huh?
At the point, it's a dying art.
You know, it's just us. You know, we do it little by little for ourselves, and then, use that to condition for the generation to come and help us out as well. A lot of people do like the give up analogy, that they're just gonna do certain things, and it's up to the next generation to fix it. No, everybody here has the power to do that, to fix shit now. Everybody here. Why give that responsibility to fucking 16, 17, 18-year-old fucking Chuck to fucking fix? That's not their responsibility.
They're not even going to know how.
You can't expect someone who's I'm sorry, you pushing your agenda to change on an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid, you look stupid. You're expecting kids to handle shit that they're not prepared for. It's us as adults, whether 27... It's us at 27 or 65 to guide our country, to help them out. That's what this is all about. Passing the torch. They just make it seem like you just got to deal with it, and then getting mad at the people dealing with it when they realize they don't have to deal with it.
The problem is,
and they shouldn't deal with it.
We're not even getting to pass those torches, because those kids, a good number of them, they're just being snuffed out before they can even reach 20. There are kids that are literally afraid to go to school. There are kids who are afraid to try to, do something with their lives because what we have been shown as black people is that like they don't give a fuck. You can get killed for sleeping. You can get killed for wearing a hoodie. You can get killed for playing with your friends. You can get killed for doing things legally. You can get killed for just about everything that somebody of a white skin would not get killed for. And I'm pretty sure that those kids, they'd say, "Oh, we need to pass this down to them." They're fucking terrified. They don't know what to do.
Yeah,
They don't even
unfortunately,
know if they're gonna make it to
yeah,
tomorrow. They don't
like
even know if
most,
they're gonna be able to
yeah.
make it to their next fucking online class. They don't know if them doing Showtime, it will be the last time they ever do Showtime. Even if I hate that shit, but like motherfuckers live these days, and no day is actually, granted. Like you can't just assume that you'll live the next day, or your life won't end whenever. But the actual fear of sitting there thinking that your life could end tomorrow over just because you're black, that shit is way more terrifying than the regular uncertainty of just randomly dying just for being out in the street. That's more scary than getting hit by a car. That's more scary than being randomly mugged. That's more scary than, a disease.
Like most have said it best.
Like,
Well,
don't bring up.
If you're
Don't.
white, if you're black, is suspect. Mr. Nigga. Most have said that the best way possible. End of the day. So it's like that's the shit that needs to change.
It's not going to take a day, and I'm fucking annoyed to even have to continuously make this conversation.
Oh no,
we've been.
it's not gonna take a day. It's gonna take. It's a long fucking road, and just like there are people who willfully don't want to have this conversation and don't want to do that. That's why they'll sit here and spew this bullshit. Oh, if you follow police orders, this shit wouldn't happen to you. And oh, this person was a criminal. They'll say anything that will try to make them seem right, rather than the actual overlaying issue that people are being treated differently just because they're black, and that shit needs to stop. You can't sit here and say all lives matter, and you're clearly neglecting the black ones. If black is supposed to be part of all, there should be no argument when you hear Black Lives Matter. All lives matter shouldn't be your argument, because clearly, if black is supposed to be a part of all, you should be standing right there with them and be like, you know what, your life does matter, and let's make sure we can get to the point where Black Lives Matter become all lives matter. But that's not where we're going. It's you guys throwing all lives matter as a barricade rather than the actual, I guess.
People say all lives matter to feel included in social causes because they just want to be a victim. Uh, I could care less about whoever wants to give me all lives matter me, but um, yeah. Before we spend a next hour repeating ourselves and driving ourselves fucking crazy. Um,
Wait, before you go into that, because I just remembered I didn't get to make one point that I was gonna make about them just saying Black Lives Matter as the terrorists or whatever. The actual original terrorists in the history of America were Columbus and the white people he brought with him to slaughter the natives.
Every
Those were the
sailor
original
explorer
terrorists.
during the colonization era was a
Those were
terrorist.
the original terrorists. And it just blanketed from there to Africa because you went and grabbed slaves. Those were the original terrorists.
The founding fathers of this country, terrorists. Everyone in this country is a terrorist. They just want to admit that.
When you damn near
Topic, they'll start crying.
a genocide on land that isn't yours, you're a terrorist.
Yep. Genocide to the point that you take away food sources and make them start relying on crap shit as a part of a culture. Yeah.
When you gotta try to rewrite history and try to say that people were invited here and were came here of their own volition when that clearly wasn't the case, you might be a terrorist. Your ancestors might have been terrorists. Ain't nobody willfully come to America to be put in chains and shackles and be treated as subhuman. They were forced by terrorists. So, something for you to put in your pipe and smoke on. Next time you decide you want to say, "Oh, Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization. America was built by terrorists."
American terrorist.
Well, yeah. Woo, that was a little spicy. To keep the matters on to what we were originally talking about, because we kind of already touched on what Dro wanted to talk about with the election and shit like that, and what came back was Sony and shit. Ugh, hold on, sorry. Ugh. Just a lot. It's annoyed. It's like starting getting a fucking headache. Oh man, I'm sorry. What the fuck else was gonna? So we had
I know y'all wanted to talk about the bubble.
We do want to talk about
that. You guys wanted the flame Resident Evil Hunter 2.
Wow, I forgot.
We
okay,
hold that. We need Daquan for that.
We don't need Daquan for that. We can always add Daquan after the fact.
True.
Nah, I want to see that. I want to see that whole.
You want to see Daquan?
I want to see that discussion live because he gonna rip that shit a new asshole. So
yeah. I'm still watching it. I'm definitely still watching it.
I'm giving it the Venom treatment. I'm giving the Venom level of skepticism before I go and see it. If I go and see it, because I don't even play the fucking games.
Here's the thing. With Venom
was actually good. Venom,
we definitely thought Venom was going
to be ass. Like
Venom was actually good, so I own up to that.
My man got on plaid pants.
He was like, so that's what we just that.
And my man got the Grove Street pajamas on.
Leave my pajamas alone. Like my computer almost fell. Leave me alone.
Nigga about to get a fucking Snuggie and drink some hot cocoa.
Nigga went to Clucking Bell.
Oh man, it's that nice fall weather. Get snuggled up in your Snuggie.
Let me get
nice
to number 9.
Hot cider.
Number 6.
Woo.
Number 6 with extra dip. Number 5's 1 with cheese and a large soda.
Get done.
You follow the train, nigga. That's all you gotta do.
Shut up, smoke. Anyway.
Oh my goodness, I gotta get a lineup. I have not done that in much.
Like seeing you say that with just like you frozen, it's like I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's not too bad, but like
nah, I need a lineup.
You need a lineup over there? Struggling?
He ain't even frozen on my screen. It's just his profile picture on Skype. Just terrible. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. We should buy an Ethernet cord.
Cool. I mean, if that helps.
That's how I'm running mine.
I mean, I'm running mine still Wi-Fi, but it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Nobody using Spectrum here, right?
Don't get me started on that fucking meme, bro. Do not get me started on that fucking meme, bro.
All the fucking wires. What's that?
Yo, that was the most accurate. That was the most accurate shit I've. Whoever did that deserves a fucking award, bro.
They deserve a Nobel Peace Prize.
Actually, who deserves a Nobel Peace Prize? To actually talk about it now, Roger Goodell, because he decided to have football. Football is immaculate this year with so many fucking injuries and the death of Josh Norman.
R.I.P. Josh Norman.
Um, Josh Norman, former star cornerback for the Carolina Panthers, was he on?
Panthers,
I'm talking about
Redskins.
I'm talking about when he was good. He was good on the Panthers, right?
Until he got yoked up by Cam Newton
and Odell Beckham.
Quick fake sponsor break. This shit is crack.
Yo, the funniest shit about that is I had that before. Like, when I first took a sip, I'm like, yo, this shit tastes like regular ginger ale, and then the ginger slaps you. Like they got that bold and fucking thick ass font, just to let you know how the ginger coming at you.
With ginger ale.
So, oh, you want ginger, huh? Fuck out of here, nigga. Cleanse your palate, bitch ass nigga.
Josh Norman.
Give your tongue a black eye.
Josh Norman is, alive and well, is dead, but the New York Giants are a game out of first place.
Almost spit my soda. What the fuck did you just say?
The New York Giants are a game out of first place. Do you know what's the Giants' record?
Nigga, don't say that.
The Giants' record is 1-5. The Giants are 1-5, and they're a game behind. They're a game out of first place. They're in third in the division, but a game out of first place.
Yep.
If the Cowboys lose and the Giants beat the Eagles on Thursday,
first place.
The Giants will be in first place of the NFC East. That's how bad the NFC East is right now. It is probably the worst division of all time.
No. What do you mean probably?
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. I didn't even realize how bad the NFC East was once my brother told me, why are we winning? We're officially in the running for the playoffs now. And I'm like, the fuck is you talking about? And then I see the standings.
So you mean to tell me right now that if the Knicks somehow made a football team, they could go to the playoffs of the NFL because the East is that shitty?
That shitty.
Yep. Because the Washington football team is looking hot garbage.
Don't even get me started. I don't even want to hear about that. They had so many offers for an actual name. I don't even want to hear about them.
And then the Eagles, and then Lamar Jackson to dismantle the Eagles defense last Sunday this past on Monday night.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you
another ring.
Huh?
Casey's getting another ring.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you who's getting another ring. The Dallas Cowboys. Because that game against Arizona was just a beautiful display.
Ass whooping. Kyler Murray.
We got your L hot and fresh for you. We got that L hot and fresh for you.
That shit. Like, I watched Chisel Adonis fucking commentary. When this motherfucker played the fucking Crimea River off, Dallas Cowboy fans being in utter despair because their team was getting their ass beat. Some dude punched his fucking TV and then shot the shit after punching his fucking TV. That is, I'm like, yo, bro, you don't know your team's trash, bro? Why are you so mad?
Talking about
I was talking to my boy about it. He goes like, oh, your Giants suck. I'm like, the Giants fans knew Giants were going to suck before the season started. I don't understand where you thought this was. We know this. We knew this. We're accepting of it. We just want to see some good plays. We don't even got Saquon anymore. We're just relaxing right now. It's like protecting the tank. Remember last year when I said protect the tank? Giants didn't protect the tank. Maybe this year. Hey. Protect the tank.
You know that's
Think
not
of
going
it
to
as
happen.
Overwatch.
It's the
Protect
NFC East. It's the NFC East.
Protect the
You're
tank.
asking for too much.
Protect the tank. You know, it's like when I was yelling at my TV during the Super Bowl when I was looking at Kyle Shanahan when he didn't want to run the football, but you know, you you protect the tank. Wow, so amazing. Protect the tank.
Speaking, like I said, KC's getting another ring.
New England getting another ring. They about like Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick's literally going to snuff Roger Goodell. Just take the Lombardi Trophy.
Hoodie and everything.
Actually, no. The Houston Texans is getting a ring.
Who?
The Texans.
Who?
That other team.
Who?
The Texans.
What? They getting what?
The Longhorns?
Texans. What?
From what league are they getting the ring?
Madden Ultimate League.
DraftKings.
Sounds about like that, but like that whole coaching staff need to be gone. Like they got rid of Bill O'Brien. Fucking riddance.
They should have got rid of Bill O'Brien after he got rid of their best player.
They was like, Jadeveon Clowney. Yeah, we're gonna trade you to the one team that's gonna do really good with that defense. Yeah, we're gonna take you to Seattle, right? Yeah. No, we're gonna let you go to Tennessee. We're gonna let you go. Go to Tennessee.
I'm gonna say this right now. I love Patrick Mahomes and I love Derrick Henry, but Russell Wilson probably has this fucking MVP in the back.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Your man's first drop pass after going like 17 for 17 was a 60-yard touchdown pass that DK Metcalf forgot to bring down initially. That's fucking ridiculous, bro. Russell Wilson has been disgusting. Like, utterly disgusting.
You know who's been hot garbage? ATL's finest, Matt Ryan.
Listen.
Mr. March 28th.
I want to blame Atlanta. But it's not Atlanta's. It's not Matt Ryan. I want to blame Matt Ryan, but it's not Matt Ryan's fault.
Who else is looking hot garbage this year?
Matt Ryan is old. So he suffers from the same shit Eli be suffering from times. He wants to put the team on his back the way that he's used to putting the team on his back, and he just can't do that, bro.
Yeah. You know who's really doing really good at the QB?
This motherfucker from the Bills.
Josh, I'm not talking about him though, but yes, he's one. Ryan Tannehill. Let that sink in. Ryan Tannehill.
Yo, what was up with this dude that took over for Dak Prescott?
Andy Dalton, a.k.a. fucking Apollo from fucking Smite.
Son, down.
I heard he got like fucking destroyed and was crying on the sideline.
Well, Dak Prescott was crying on the sideline because he got one of those Gordon Hayward injuries. Like, he was crying. Like,
I heard they didn't give that man his due. Like, he did a lot, and they just did not like him.
I'm gonna break it down to you real quick. Jerry Jones just doesn't want to play Dak Prescott, even though Dak Prescott single-handedly has produced for that team in the quarterback position better than what Romo's ever done.
Well, yeah, Romo sucked.
No, Romo didn't suck. I won't say Romo sucks. Romo was a good quarterback. I won't say
Romo had the title of being Forrest Gump before Eli officially took it.
That's offensive. Eli was always Forrest Gump. Like, like Tony Romo never had the perfect team.
The Cowboys was always, as accurately quoted, have been the accident waiting to happen.
Like, no, like that's like literally what Romo what happened. I seen Dak Prescott play. I see Dak Prescott play in crunch time. Dak Prescott is a good player enough to be the star quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. He can do that.
I'm gonna have to take this call. This work, so I'm gonna turn off my camera.
It ain't on.
I mean, yeah, like
it never was.
Like I don't understand. But while he's doing that, Prescott is a great quarterback. Like, I'll give him that. And he didn't want to. He was holding out because pay him what he's worth. Ezekiel Elliott, their running back, great running back. I fucking hate the Dallas Cowboys, but you give credit where credit's due. These are their top players. You play your top players what they are worth, and they did. I mean, they didn't for Dak Prescott. They did for Ezekiel, but they didn't for Prescott.
So and he's basically Batista right now.
They gave him a franchise.
What?
They gave him a franchise tag, which is bullshit money, not even guaranteed. And now that he's basically out for the rest of the year, he can't make there's hardly any way for them to really pay him money unless Jerry Jones is just gonna miraculously pay him money at the end of the year to be like, you know what, we want you to be our star quarterback. I feel like what they're gonna do is they're gonna get rid of Dak Prescott and try to fish for another team. But Dak Prescott has put them in a position to win numerous times, and it's fucked up because he deserved to get what he's owed. And you can't say Dak Prescott's injury prone or Dak Prescott ain't producing you a ring when you had Tony Romo and fucking Garrett produce you no rings within the 30 seasons that Garrett was your fucking head coach. And it's, it's just disheartening. I don't want to say it's because he's black. I hope it's not because he's black, but it kind of looks that way. A little bit. You could you had motherfuckers that didn't produce shit for you. Same shit happened with Bryant. Same shit happened with Des Bryant, one of their best receivers at the time. It's something's got to give. Where he's demanding his contract. Like Jerry Jones is used to blowing fucking money. You re-signed old ass Jason fucking Witten, but you're not gonna give Dak Prescott what he's due. Fuck that shit, bro. Fuck all that. It's very fucking sad.
Well,
but
what's hopeful is that maybe there'll be another team that'll take notice to that, pick him up, and give him what he's owed. Or they'll be on the books, on the tables, trying to get him.
I'm trying to think what team would be good for Dak Prescott.
Mind you, I haven't been watching football since Kaepernick. That's how long I haven't been actively watching. I've seen, matter of fact, no, since the last time Denver won.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't been actively watching since then. So I'll say this, and this is just off the top of my head. I might be just shot in the dark here. Do you think Prescott would be good on the Dolphins?
No, because they got their star quarterback. They Ryan Mitz. Wow, I was going to say the shout out to Chisel Adonis. I'm 2 seconds away from just stealing his whole shit.
I'm back.
Ryan Fitzpatrick was playing. He wasn't playing the best. He was playing good, but they.
He got benched by Tua?
Well, that's who they were trying to put as their.
Pasta dish.
Huh?
He got benched by a pasta dish.
They got Tua, and Tua is going to start, and Ryan Fitzpatrick feels hurt. I mean, I'm like,
I thought that thing was mine. It was you have been inconsistent your whole career. You shouldn't be surprised by that.
What the fuck? All right, a person I want to know. and it scares me to see him play this horrible, even though it's not even too bad. Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Drew Brees said, "I can't disrespect the flag," and now you getting your ass whooped.
Yeah, he'd be fine though.
But you know who they need to put in, since now you know Drew Brees is slipping. That means he should be retiring soon. That means you got Captain 30 for 30 himself, Jameis Winston, coming off the bench.
Wait a minute, he's on the Saints?
He's on the Saints, bro.
When?
I didn't even know until I think I seen last week's game and I seen him on the sidelines. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow. They really they're like, fuck this nigga, and like, we gotta go.
Captain 30 for 30 himself. For those of you who don't know that saying, our Lord and Savior Jameis Winston had 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in a single fucking season. Phenomenal fucking numbers. I think he actually led the league in passing last year.
He was
definitely top 5 in like every statistical category except for fucking quarterback reading.
Oh my goodness!
Like Jameis Winston, like the spitting image of Brett Favre. I'ma just throw it. Like and like I told my friend, like I was talking to my friend and my brother about it, and I'm just like, that's entertaining to watch to me. He was like, yeah, but not that's when your team, he's not that good of a quarterback. I'm like, nah, fam.
You know who's doing really good? Teddy Bridgewater.
What team he's on now? I think I got you. Huh?
He's on Carolina.
Bridgewater? Shit.
Yeah, he's doing actually pretty good.
Bridgewater doing good. Brady looking like an old fuck, and it's fucking hilarious.
It's bad because they got Gronk playing for the Bucks again. Yeah, you heard me correctly. I said Gronkowski is playing football again, and he's on the Bucks.
The problem with the Bucks is their offensive, their O line and their offensive coordinator are just ass, yo.
And they have no receivers that know how to.
They got good receivers.
They know how to run far, but they don't know how to do short routes, slant options.
That's why Gronk gets the ball a lot, and it's just like protect Brady. You do realize Brady's game is the short to mid-range game. It's like, look at it from you're playing basketball and you're Carmelo Anthony, mid-range. You're not beating Melo in mid-range. So make sure Melo gets mid-range.
But speaking about bubble stuff, the Titans about to get a hefty fine. They may lose draft picks.
Nah, they're not going to use draft picks. They're
not losing draft picks. I just know they're getting fined very heavy.
Yeah, they're getting fined heavy because of everything that happened. They're not they're not losing draft picks or anything really suspension wise. Yeah, that's about it.
And the Raiders' whole O-line got sent home. Starting O-line got sent home.
I mean,
like the whole O-line are being like
God damn it. Like they started off pretty decent too. They're like what, 3? They're like 3-2 or like 4-1. Like Raiders are doing good.
They beat KC. Like
I'm mad that like as soon as Kansas City lost, they started fucking playing the whole is Mahomes doing too much? No, nigga, they just fucking lost. Leave them alone.
Shut up.
It's not even that big of a deal, bro. They lost a game.
They get in another ring.
Are they getting another ring?
Yeah, because
you think they're being Seattle?
The options that they got more options on offense than Seattle.
To be honest, I didn't see that Kansas City defense give up plays that they shouldn't be giving up. All you need to do is give DK Metcalf 1 or 2 plays that fuck up like that.
True. Now you make a good point, but
I don't know, man. Seattle's looking
now because they got Le'Veon Bell starting in week 8.
Oh yeah, and Seattle's thinking about getting AB.
Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, like that's gonna be real shaky. If Carroll can get Antonio Brown and Antonio Brown doesn't fuck that up, they're winning the Super Bowl very easily.
Yeah.
Because I don't care what his antics are off the field, Antonio Brown on the field is the best wide receiver in football.
Yep.
There's no disputing.
Mike Thompson might get cut.
Huh?
Because Mike Thompson from the Saints might get cut because he just punched niggas in practice.
Thomas, yeah. He be all right.
He might be cut.
The Saints need everybody. They ain't cut nobody. The Saints need anybody.
I don't know. I don't know, because, like, it was, like, some serious shit that he punched someone, and then he about to script with Sean Payton. Like, bro, you doing too much. Like,
the Saints need everybody they can have. They ain't cutting him. Unless they have someone in the wings waiting.
Yeah.
I know they're finally discussing how bad of a quarterback Baker Mayfield is.
Oh my goodness. That Pittsburgh game? Oh.
Forgot Pittsburgh's undefeated too.
That's the only undefeated team. And Seattle.
Fuck. Don't let Ben the
But look, at least the NBA is doing their bubble way better.
Yes, to actually get on that now, while this nigga is just judging us and prosecuting.
The NBA did better with their bubble.
Shout out to Adam Silver. That bubble was fucking immaculate. That bubble, the way they organized it, the way they orchestrated it, I have to say that bubble was pretty entertaining to watch. I feel bad for the Phoenix Suns. They won all their games and still got eliminated.
It's just the Blazers had a better record. That's literally what it was.
And shout out to the Lakers for winning. I'm
glad they won it for Kobe's sake, but Miami could have beaten that team. If Dragic and Bam didn't get injured the first game, and they was healthy the whole series, they could have taken them to 7.
I just think they need another big man. To be honest,
the series should have ended when Homeboy was open at the 3-point line and missed, and then they did that dumb shit. That series shouldn't even have went on as long as it did.
The Mamba jersey, man. Danny Green, I'm like, bro,
yo, Danny Green is the greatest basketball player of all time, bro. Like,
I know you're trolling, but still shut up.
He's the greatest basketball player of all time. That open 3, it's like there's no better setup. I don't care if you won the next game and you're an NBA champion, cool. But like, you gotta dress what you get paid for. And I can understand if the shit would have won in it.
Basketball player.
Huh?
Carlton's a way better basketball player.
I can understand if the shit went in and out or maybe just slightly off. I get that. But like, yo, that shit hit the front of the rim, bro.
That should have been it.
That shit was a brick, wide open. The amount of space that man had, bro.
I'm just waiting on a free agency to kick in. Because I need to see who's going where. I need to see what the Warriors are going to do with their second draft pick. I believe they should trade it because they have a win-now team.
I do think that what I feel like what should happen is
Minnesota should draft James Wiseman for the number 1 pick.
What I think.
Because
also
they don't need either guards that's projected to be the top pick. They don't need either guards.
Also, because I have not been watching basketball either. What the fuck happened to Golden State this season?
Oh, they was ass.
Reality setting. You don't have Kevin Durant. Klay Thompson is injured. Draymond is injured.
And then Steph got injured like in the beginning of the season.
Okay.
So he almost shattered his hand.
So basically, they became the Golden State Knicks. Got it.
Yeah.
Reality setting. Like that's literally what happened to Golden State, and
they really try to make things work with D'Angelo Russell which I knew wasn't going to work. It was like,
I feel bad for Russell because he really tried.
He tried though, but it was like he wasn't going to fit in that situation unless you made Steph play the 2.
They should have made him.
They weren't going to let him do.
See, he should have never VC.
They should have never gave up Iguodala.
Nah, he signed with Memphis on free agent.
That's what I'm saying. They should have never let Iguodala go.
Yeah. And I was telling my coworker, like, Miami's going to be a problem team in the East. You see who they just picked up?
I know.
Miami's going to be a problem.
I literally said.
I didn't think it was going this far though. Them going this far was like, because I'm like,
in Butler. Butler knows how to lead a team of a newer generation. That's what a lot of people don't understand. And I done said it before. I done said it again. The 76ers have been overrated because they don't have real leadership over there.
Let's not talk. This is what I think about the Sixers. I stay by this statement. If the Sixers would have gave Jahlil Okafor the same patience that they did with Embiid, Jahlil Okafor would have been a much better center. I stand by that.
Do you think the Lakers is going to get Chris Paul?
No.
No.
Nope.
And it's not even because the Lakers.
I seen an article about it, so I felt like asking about it. Do you even think he would even be a good fit in LA?
He'll be a phenomenal fit in LA.
He'll be a good fit because him and LeBron like the pass, and Chris Paul take some of the scoring off of him, and Chris Paul be really great for Antonio Davis. But I think no one's going to pick up that contract because the Clippers gave him like a freaking. He's making $40 million.
Greatest team ever.
Talking about the great choke artist.
Load management, baby. Load management game.
Oh, but it's first off, even though I like Kawhi Leonard as a basketball player, I hope that Clippers team get bounced out the first round.
I fucking told people. Load management in the beginning of a season with a whole new team that needs to know how to work together to build chemistry is fucking moronic. I told people that. I fucking told people that.
I knew they wasn't gonna.
I fucking told them.
They should have beaten Denver.
They shouldn't have beaten who?
The Clippers should have beaten Denver.
They should have beaten Denver. But you know what happened? Load management, nigga. Then you had the greatest basketball playoff performance by Pandemic P. Phenomenal numbers, bro.
Like I said, Mike D'Antoni is going to make Joel Embiid's going to get traded because he's too tall. Ben Simmons is going to get traded because he's too tall and can't shoot threes.
Wait. Mike D'Antoni is on the Sixers?
I believe so.
No.
Sorry. No, my bad.
No, he's not with the Sixers.
No, it's Doc Rivers.
No.
It's Doc Rivers. Even so.
I mean, Doc Rivers getting fired was so fucked up because that was not his fault. That was not his fault.
That RDC World skit was on point.
Like, that's not like, yo, I'm gonna get fired because of y'all. Like, that's like.
No, but he was like, it's not even that. It was like you was overdue being fired. That's literally what was part of it too. He was overdue being fired, and it was like, nah, this is one too many L's you took. We're not doing this no more. You gotta go. You got to go. No, but he gotta. Like I said, hopefully they do something good because Dave Young is a really good coach.
Who?
And he's the assistant in Philly. So I guess that could actually work really well.
I mean, here's the thing. I know with certain coaches, they can actually, I think like someone I don't like. I'm confused of why the Pelicans got Stan Van Gundy and not Philly. I think Philly getting Stan Van Gundy works way better.
Yeah,
I think that
because
works
Stan
way
Van
better
Gundy was
for
known
what the
to
fuck he likes to coach compared to other teams. Steve
But
Nash
I
doing
do like it though, because like Stan Van Gundy actually did help Dwight Howard become the player he was when he first started. Because he actually
yes, you fucking big, you fucking goof, fucking be a big man.
What happened to that cornball?
He won a
he
ring.
got a ring.
With who?
The
The
Lakers
Lakers.
off the bench.
Wait,
Actually,
he
no,
won that. Wait, what? When?
this year he won.
This year,
Wait,
he
he
has a
was
whole
on that
ring.
team.
Huh?
Dwight Howard.
On that team.
He was on that team. Rajon Rondo was on that team.
But Rajon made history. He got a ring with the Lakers and the Celtics.
I ain't hear his name. I ain't even hear Shannon talk about it.
He produced his numbers, but quietly. He did his job.
I didn't even know he was still in the league.
Yeah, he was on the Wizards before.
He went to
he was on
bum
the
ass
Wizards
Atlanta.
prior.
Even when
the
I
Hawks.
wasn't watching. And
Which he did really good on the Hawks.
He was just being mad on LA. I still heard about him. I ain't hear or see a single post in regards to him about anything. I didn't even know he was still on the Lakers.
Nah, well, he left the Lakers.
So he left, just conveniently came back at the right time.
Because they picked him up.
Yeah, they picked him up. Well,
you know what? Good for him. He needed
he
something.
was on the Wizards. He was on the Wizards the season before.
He was on the Wizards. He was on Atlanta.
He was on the Rockets. The Lakers prior, before he got traded from Orlando.
Did he play with Detroit as well?
No.
I don't know. Good for him, man.
He got a ring.
Nah, man. Like
he made some impactful plays.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like he played this role.
He was basically like what, a Rick Fox or a Robert Horry?
Neither. Let's stop. We're not doing that.
Rick Fox and Robert Horry like hit clutch shots. He was more of a
Horace Grant without the stats.
No, Horace Grant is pretty accurate.
That's it, without the stats.
No, with the stats. Like Horace Grant is like
he was a big doof going.
Hold on. We got Google here.
He was a big goofy Bruce Bowen. That was Dwight Howard this playoff. He made defensive plays.
Did you call him Bruce Bowen, bro?
Bruce Bowen.
Did you call him?
Yes, I went there. Yes, damn well I'm right. Damn well I'm right. Even though he's not defensively better than Bruce Bowen, but he made defensive plays. You know what? We're not calling Bruce Bowen. He was a more calm, impactful Ron Artest without the anger.
There'll be another fucking Ron Artest. What you talking about?
Listen, there ain't never gonna be another Ron Artest. There just ain't. That man got away with fighting everyone.
No, he didn't. He got suspended for a season.
Wait. First off, my man, he didn't want to know.
He made his name though, and then came back with a terrible ass name, and then dropped his numbers.
So I can never.
They weren't great numbers, but he dropped his numbers and he did what he needed to do.
It's not. I mean, he got that because it's deep. It's a deep story with him and his daughter of why he changed his name to that. So I won't make fun of him for how he changed his name, but he had probably
what he needed to do.
He did probably the greatest post-championship speech I've ever heard in my life. This motherfucker from Queensbridge Projects,
oh my goodness,
on national television, you just won the NBA Finals. Hey, yo, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to my hood. Queensbridge, what up? Yeah, it feels good being a champion on the block. Oh, look at the fuck is what the fuck?
He got he has one or two of the Lakers.
It doesn't matter. That fucking post game speech was one of the greatest fucking shits I've ever seen in my life, yo. Like, first off, I want to give a shout out to my hood.
Nothing tops the ice that Kwame Brown has with the Lakers.
Kwame Brown got a ring?
Yeah.
Kwame Brown does not have a ring.
Kwame Brown has a ring with the Lakers.
2000. Wait, hold on, no. Nope. I'm refusing to believe that. 20.
You can look that up.
I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look that up. Jeff Van Gundy. Mark Jackson. I miss you. Shannon Brown. On the Lakers squad, Jordan Farmer.
You want to say it, nigga? Say it.
Jordan Farmer. Matt Barnes punching bag.
Matt Barnes was a punch my baby mama nigga.
Shannon Brown, Kobe Bryant, Sasha Vujacic, Ron Artest, Adam Morrison, Luke Walton. Luke Walton?
Yep. Luke Walton has two.
Lamar Odom, Josh Powell, Paul Gasol, Andrew Bowen, and DJ Mbega. I do not see that fucking bum.
Kwame Brown has a ring. Look up. Kwame Brown has a ring with the Lakers.
No, you don't. No, the fuck you don't. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. We're going no. Nope. And he's still playing.
Kwame Brown has a ring.
Nope. I'm not doing this. No. NBA career. Washington Wizards. Lakers. Grizzlies, Pistons, Bobcats, Golden State Warriors. Nope. He does not have a ring.
He got a ring, I know.
He does not have a ring. He does not have a ring. He does not have a ring. Nope. Does not have a ring. We're not doing this. NBA titles, none. Don't play with me. Fucking bona fide fucking scrub. The fuck out of here. Fucking tight. I would have had a fucking heart attack now. They would have gave that man a fucking ring, bro.
No.
Oh my god. But yeah, overall I feel like in terms of all sports, football, baseball was pretty good too. But baseball is baseball. Football, basketball, hockey. I feel like basketball had it the best.
Shout out to Colorado.
Colorado who?
Just the state. They had the best crowd ever.
Oh, for their football games, they decided to put as the cardboard cutouts South Park characters.
Oh yeah.
They lost that game, but you know.
It don't matter to me. I wouldn't expect them to win.
I do think that's very creative and it works. I love it. Like, might as well have fun. You have to bump. Oh, yeah. But out of all the other fucking teams to really have a season start and continue and shit like that, basketball really went by the smoothest. You know, you had your little instances with certain players, but that was mostly before the season really took effect and went underway. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like hockey was done. I was like, hockey had a whole playoff for everything, and then baseball season was really short. And the Dodgers are in the World Series.
The Dodgers won Game 1.
The Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw.
So it's the Sean's who?
Sean's team is now the Yankees, according to Sean. That's probably the reason why the Yankees haven't won.
So who are they playing against?
Who, the Yankees?
No, they play against the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yankees
play the Yankees ain't. Well, Tampa Bay Rays are in the World Series.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. The Yankees lost against the Rays, and I'm blaming Sean for that. And because it's surprising when LA makes it to the World Series after Sean becomes a fan, Sean stops being a fan. They look good. Fucking Mookie Betts, boy.
Be like that, like yo, like just stop hopping the teams, because
he was
that fan base.
Fan? The year they lost.
See? Oh my goodness.
We need to interrogate Sean sooner or later.
Yo, like you need to not go to baseball games.
Just don't watch baseball no more.
Stop watching baseball.
Stop watching baseball. Causing my team to lose. Nah.
The worst part, the Yankees should have beaten Tampa Bay. I don't know how they lost that.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Game 5. We got our ace pitcher Cole. He was pitching a phenomenal game. We decided to take him out in the 6th inning. And then in the 7th inning, they decided to hit a home run because our quote unquote closer decided to throw 4 consecutive fastballs in a fucking row. So that happened. And then we lost 2-1. That's what happened. Doesn't need to get into any more detail, but that's what happened. Yankees have a very bad problem of, we already won this game. We're not going to throw in our other aces in the bullpen when the Rays had their first and their second pitcher in the mound just in case their current pitcher fucked up. So, yeah, Yankee shit. But enough about that. Enough about that.
I'm waiting for free agency. I need to see the Warriors trade their second draft pick to Indiana.
I need to see what they're doing in Philly. I need to see the Knicks break my heart again. I need to
Julius Randle about to play the point next season. You wait a minute.
So bad.
Because you like them, that's why.
Yeah. You're Knickerbocker. Now you're the New York Bulls.
The New Yorkers. That's literally where we are.
Yeah, the Knicker Bulls.
So, speaking of baseball,
Knicker Bulls.
Because we ain't gonna talk about the Knicks and all that no more. You guys are just talking about baseball. Speaking of baseball, right? Are you guys excited for David Ortiz versus Booker T? I can't wait.
What? Hold up.
Shut up.
What?
Shut up.
And what?
Don't shut up.
And what?
Shut up.
Down the gauntlet to fight Booker T.
Shut up. Shut.
Booker T should catch him with the bucket and a Yankee jersey.
Five time. Booker T.
Oh man, I'm gonna watch that. I have to watch that.
If this happens,
I'm gonna watch that.
I'm gonna be glued to my TV set. I can't wait.
I'm gonna watch that.
And I don't know if it was a shoot or if it was a work, but Book was selling it like David Ortiz literally just insulted his family. He was mad. And as Booker liked to say, it was about to be on like a steaming pot of neck bones. I can't wait to see if this happens. I can't wait.
I hate you for bringing that up.
Oh,
you told me that you brought this up to me over the phone. I didn't.
I'm watching that. If that happens,
you called me. I didn't bring it up to you. You called me.
I still found out through you.
I didn't directly bring that up to you. You called me and inquired more about a post. Ain't nobody tell you to follow up. That's what happened when you fucking curious.
Fucking David Ortiz against Booker T.
My man about the book in. He can do a spinneroonie off a Boston Red Sox jersey and then drop him onto a Yankee jersey. That should be comedy gold.
He's gonna wear a Yankee jersey and be like he's repping the Harlem Heat again. I don't need. Speaking of wrestling, Joe, I want to know your opinion about a certain initiative that WWE is doing with their wrestlers. You know, trying to take their likeness and anything that use their name and like Twitch and other shit, they can use that money. How do you feel about certain WWE artists that are going to push for a union? Because I know Paige and I think Zelina Vega are pushing for a union.
It matters not to me. The issue where it lies in is that they're actually independent contractors, and basically what Vince is trying to do to them is pretty much take away forms of payment that have nothing to do with World Wrestling Entertainment or wrestling for that matter. A lot of them aren't even going by their in-ring names on these other forms of media. Like, look at Xavier Woods. No one calls him Xavier Woods on YouTube, on Twitch. They call him Austin. They call him Creed because Austin Creed was the name that he was with before coming to WWE, where they rebranded him as Xavier Woods. Paige is going under. I think Paige is using her WWE name, but she was going to change it to her actual name. And
I think she used it as or Twitch is her actual name.
Yeah, I don't follow Selena closely enough to know what she might be doing, like if she's on Twitch or not. I know she cosplays a lot and like she's good at it. Like
she has a cosplay OnlyFans, and she has a separate page on that as well.
Okay, so I find it asinine because I don't really know what a WWE contract looks like, but I know that they have a no-compete clause where WWE can generally stop you from wrestling. I think they still have to pay you a little bit, but they can literally stop you from wrestling and getting your name out there for until that contract expires. That's why wrestlers like the Revival, who are now known as FTR and AEW, were begging for their release at least once a month. It's why Zack Ryder went to AEW. It's why Kurt Hawkins went to AEW. It's why Heath is an Impact. These guys are out there doing what they couldn't do within WWE because they just didn't have the freedom to do it. And now it's like Vince is trying to take more liberties from the people who are in WWE with this whole initiative. And I just see it driving a bigger wedge into WWE where it's like the superstars are eventually going to just revolt. And yeah, they're getting nice money with WWE, but they could probably just wrestle elsewhere and still keep their Twitch and still just be okay with like income.
And like I could understand if like I will understand maybe 10% more if this initiative wasn't in the middle of a fucking COVID, a pandemic. It's like, for instance, when you're getting mad that Rusev is doing Twitch and shit like that, you fired him. You let him go, bro. Like,
and his name was Miro on there. It wasn't like he was like, "Hey, I'm Rusev." He wasn't saying Rusev Day, nothing of the sort.
And it's like,
it's just not
and
fair.
A lot of people are like, saying that the reason why Lana is the new Ryback
is punishment.
Is punishment for her for Miro. And I'm like, no, I just think that they're doing it just to do it because at this point, she done went through that announcer's table so many times that Nia Jax might as well be the Shield doing a triple powerbomb.
Damn it. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Like people forgot all about the fact that Ryback used to get thrown through a fucking table almost every live taping by the fucking Shield for like weeks on end.
It was like
she went through a table this week, Lana.
She went to a table for 4 weeks straight.
Like, I'm like, same table.
Nia Jax literally just shows up and puts her through a table.
Like, they're just standing like
Bubba Ray Dudley.
Like the same way, like, the Fiend just showed up. You just see fucking Jax just show up, looking at the table like, you know why I'm here. Get your Lana, get your ass over here. Come through this fucking table. Unless, like, to be honest, I was also thinking, what if her going through tables and taking this abuse, it's her trying to like prove her worth in some ways. I wouldn't mind it. I do mind it with Nia Jax because she does have a tendency of injuring people. But for her to go through a table 4 weeks in a row because she was like, yo, I can take my bumps, I can do X, Y, and Z, whatever the case may be, then I'll commend Lana for that.
I have a problem with that.
I mean,
like, I don't. They better. What I hope they don't do is put the championship on Lana because she has to fight Asuka at Hell in a Cell, and I think that's going to be the only top title that's not being defended inside the structure, which I unfortunately makes the Raw Women's Championship a far less valuable prize than the SmackDown Women's Championship because that has a story attached to it and is getting defended inside Hell in a Cell. There's going to be 3 cell matches so far.
There's the 2 men's top titles, Bayley and Sasha. That's it, right?
Bayley and Banks, McIntyre and Orton, and Uso and Reigns. And you will call me your goddamn tribal chief match or I'm going to fucking break your neck.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm really liking that segment.
I'm invested in that. So fun fact.
Your man...
That was supposed to be a one-off. They were not supposed to go to this next match.
But wait, they're gonna have Roman bully him again through another table?
It's not gonna be a bullying match. I hope it's not a squash match. Let them wrestle. Let them wrestle this time.
Oh yeah. Oh, Reigns beat Braun Strowman the same way he beat Uso. He punched him in the dick when he kicked out. So and that's your and then he choked Strowman out.
The funniest shit when Uso came in and said, I love you. And so, you love me? You love me? I love you too, bro. And just starts wailing away with that chair.
Beat the shit out of him with that chair.
Beautiful segments. I don't know like how the match is gonna be because I know Jay's grandfather died. And I don't know how like they're gonna play that, or I'm pretty sure Jay's might just gonna take a little break as well, especially given the situation. Because I remember
and watching because this is leading to the buildup of Big E.
Which talking about? You think it's going to be Big E? I'm gonna break it down to you.
They are apparently, and this is rumors, they're apparently separating Big E from the New Day music and attire now that he's not with Woods and Kingston, even though they said, we're on Raw, Big E's on SmackDown, New Day is still just going to be spreading the seeds on both brands now. I think Big E is going to change and go back to maybe, the 5 count Big E and be really fucking dominant, and then have like a reunion with them two and just like either fall back into like dancing Big E just for that moment, or heel turn and beat the fuck out of them.
Nah, the 5 count Big E was fucking phenomenal.
That's not. Because here's the thing. Because if you're gonna have that, you're still gonna need for him to go at Roman. You need him to be a face. So he's gonna probably.
But I'm saying, I feel like he could get like, say if he got the belt afterwards, like he has a reunion with New Day, like probably like the next week on like Raw or whatever, or SmackDown, they come out, they have a little celebration, they get put in a match, and then Big E just turns on him and was like, basically, I got this on my own. I didn't need y'all.
I think honestly they wouldn't do that because there's so much marketing still with New Day that doing that would still while they're still doing their podcasts and X, Y, and Z. I just don't see it.
There's so much marketing that went with the Shield, and they split them up.
There's so much marketing that went with the Shield, but not compared to.
So here's the thing: WWE doesn't market shit right. They broke up the Iconics, a tag team in the women's division that has no tag teams. The only legit tag team they had that had backstory, longevity, and even if they were annoying, they had something going for them. They broke them up to then put Peyton Royce in another tag team that made no sense. And they put her in a tag team with Lacey Evans. What the flub? Like,
what
that
the
should
flub?
Make, what the flub, as Simon Miller would say. That makes no sense. On top of that, you done split up fucking Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. We know why Sonya Deville had to go away. But you split them up. And they also were an established tag team in the women's division. So now we have Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose together, which could be a good tag team, but they never get behind Dana Brooke. And as far as I'm seeing, they're not getting behind Mandy Rose either because she's still in this little storyline with Otis. There's barely any tag teams in the women's tag team division, and the belts are on 2 people who are basically the women version of Team Hell No.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with Otis, first and foremost.
I don't care what's going to happen with Otis.
But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with Otis.
He's going to get beat to death with a steel chair. Brock Lesnar's going to come back, take his cash in, and be like, it's my turn now. F5, everything in sight. Take Paul Heyman, buy his shirt with the title, and leave. Thank you. This is mine.
You're forgetting one main thing. Otis is going to defend his match, right? They're going to sanction a match. You got to defend your shit, right? So Otis is going to be there looking like the little engine that could, looking like, with his little biscuit boxers. And then you're going to hear the New Day music. You're going to think that it's Big E, but then it's going to be Brock Lesnar coming down to the fucking New Day theme music. And he's going to beat his ass while the song is still playing.
And you need Major Payne to narrate this.
Nah, just imagine. And Otis, who's gonna be Otis Mystery Fighter? It's a new day. Yes, it is. And then you just see Brock Lesnar just come out like that.
Oh, you mean like how Kevin Owens did?
Yo, that stuff. Like, and here's one thing: whatever y'all doing with Sami Zayn, please don't fuck that up. Cause Jesus Christ, I still think Sami Zayn had the best match in Clash of Champions. Sami Zayn is just pure fucking golden entertainment.
First and foremost, Sami Zayn has always been golden. I wish that the Haluva kick was just a trick in his arsenal and his finisher was the Blue Thunder Bomb. Blue Thunder Bomb looks like it should finish off people way more than his version of the Player's Boot.
It's the funniest fucking thing. Like, watching that man just entertain is golden. Oh my god. I never thought in my fucking life I never thought in my
Zayn's
life
been
I would
good since
see a
NXT.
man, huh?
Zayn's been good since NXT. He's one of the few people WWE is kind of doing justice by. I wish they gave Neville the same fucking level of respect.
I wish they gave Neville the same respect. I wish they gave Cesaro the same level. We talk about this all the fucking
Dude,
time.
Cesaro is a tag team journeyman. He has beaten the New Day every time to win tag team gold with
Like,
different partners. Like every time he became tag team champion, he beat New Day. He beat him with Tyson Kidd. He beat him with Cesaro. He beat him with Shinsuke. Mind you, he beat him with Sheamus a couple of times.
the Bar, still one of my favorite tag teams.
I don't know what they're doing with Sheamus.
He's
Like,
on Raw. I don't know. I
but
didn't
I
see
don't know what
Raw.
they're doing with him. Like, he had that one bar fight with Jeff Hardy, and he came out looking like a fucking cabbie, and they just like had him coming out looking like that ever since. And then finally, he went back to like the little. He stopped having the stupid mohawk with the fucking Celtic beard beads, and he went back to broom hair. So it's like, okay, they're reverting him back to old Sheamus. Can they just put the bar back together and put Shinsuke back as Shinsuke so he can like attack for like a singles title? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, Universal title eclipses WWE title by a landslide. Intercontinental Championship is way more important than the US title.
That's a fact.
The tag team division, I mean, I love the Street Profits. They put on great matches, and I like the New Day. So now
There's no
both
tag teams to
both
really.
belts are on good teams. The problem is they have no one to fight. Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode are not a tag team. They put them together and called these niggas Rudolph. No.
What?
Get that shit out of here. There are no tag teams. They broke up Heavy Machinery. They split up Angel Garza and Andrade. What
Yeah,
tag teams are
they did
left?
that.
The Viking Raiders are like basically non-existent.
What was their actual name before?
The Viking Experience.
Okay. People forgot about that.
Well, they're called the Viking Experience. They were the War Raiders first, then the Viking Raiders, and then they became the Viking Experience, and they went back to like Viking Raiders or some shit.
Listen,
The Usos aren't able to do tag team because Jimmy's knee is fucked up.
Jimmy's knees fucked up. Jay's
He's
about to
rehabbing
quit.
that hard. Jay's about to die.
Jay's about to quit. I mean, mind you, they're about to like they're about to go bury somebody and shit. And I didn't mean to say it like that, but they're about to take some time.
Oh
off.
no, they about to bury two people.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Because Roman gonna kill him.
You should just took that
already
paycheck.
dead.
Should have took that. Should have took that. I literally called this man. When it happened. Like, yo, the way this man is talking shit is immaculate. No more sucker and succotash, son. I just wish he never said that, but still. Vince made him say, oh,
just remember, when Jey Uso dies, and then you see Roman doing whatever Roman does,
stuff just happens.
just remember that.
Just call 1-800.
And someone will be there to take your call.
Just good old. I feel like I definitely want to see what they're going to do with Bray, Alexa.
Oh no, like I don't know where they're going with that. Oh, and before I even go down that rabbit hole, I forgot Miz and Morrison technically are a tag team. So that's a thing.
Morrison's still alive after that fucking sneak attack. Well, after that ass whooping.
But what I don't get is Retribution loses their match to then have apparently an amazing promo by Mustafa Ali. But I'm like, if you want these guys to be credible, you don't make them lose. And then you guys have them come to attack Bray Wyatt, the
And
Fiend,
they got their
of
ass.
all people. Then you forget that you got the Hurt Business, just like, yo, we about to stomp the shit out you. And these niggas come out and stomp the shit out them, and then leave. And then these niggas get choked out by Bray Wyatt.
So are they still using Rey Mysterio and Dominic as
Oh, that's
punching?
on SmackDown. And yes,
don't bring that up. Even though Murphy had the cleanest slide.
I mean, they follow him to SmackDown.
Like, Murphy had the cleanest slide I've ever seen.
My man.
That shit was smooth as fuck. I'm like, I really do hope they put Murphy on a better pedestal. Just give him a push towards a mid-title.
NXT kind of fucked up a really good tag team. Murphy was in a tag team with Wesley Blake. They were Blake and Murphy. You can look up some of their old work on NXT if you ever get the chance. They were a really good fucking tag team. Like, insanely good. Like, if you would have put them in the tag team division that was thriving during the time in WWE, they would fit right in. Just as easily as the Revival did. Unfortunately, the only team that they brought up that got buried, well, Authors of Pain kept getting injured and then they got released. But fucking, what was their name? The Ascension. They should have never got destroyed the way they did.
What was an Ascension again?
Victor and Connor. They brought them up and had them looking like fake Road Warriors. They were a dominant tag team in NXT. A good dominant tag team. They Fall of Man didn't have one person holding the other dude up to get like a weak double team. They came at you from both fucking corners of the ring, ran full speed ahead, and like just one went high, one went low.
Ooh, that's good.
Fall of Man used to be something to be fucking feared. And the crazy thing is, when they interfered in matches, they just came from opposite sides and out.
You didn't see them come down the ramp. You just see them like
the meanest drive-by. Fall a man out.
Hit him high, hit him low, out.
That's and it. Welcome to football. We out.
And then they just hold them completely on the main roster. Like, I felt real bad for them because they were such a good tag team. Hell, to this day, right now, if they were still around, they could make a really dope faction with Aleister Black. Another star that's not being utilized properly.
That man. Like, watching him fight fucking... As much as I love Kevin Owens and I love watching him wrestle, I was watching his last match with Aleister Black and I'm like, why are they fighting each other again?
Because Aleister Black just decided to attack him on the Kevin Owens show and then just started attacking him constantly instead of, going after Murphy and Seth Rollins, who took his eye out like they tried to do to Rey Mysterio.
Oh, so a lot of these people are just on the list. I don't appreciate this. I miss Jericho.
Everybody losing an eye. Like,
Why is it happening? Ask the Wizard in the Sky.
I want to see, besides what they do with obviously the best thing on there is in between Hurt Business and Bray and Alexa. I love Asuka to death.
I want to know what Ricochet's gonna do.
Be irrelevant
in regards to the Hurt Business, because we already know Apollo Crews don't got no relevancy anymore right now, and Titus got fucking gang initiated on Raw to still not get in the gang.
Wait a minute, they still using them as like punching fodder.
Basically,
Titus is a WWE ambassador, so that dude's making bread. So if he got to show up to get beat up on TV, he gonna show up to get beat up on TV. That man making a good deal of money doing shit that JBL used to do for WWE. I ain't mad at Titus. He really making that millions of dollars.
I was like, oh man, like, I'm so like out of touch with most of this. Like, oh, all I remember, him and Heath Slater had a tag team, Slater and the Gator, and I'm
Slater
like,
Gator, yeah, that
what?
kind of fell apart.
I'm like, that was not
They
going
need to bring
anywhere.
back. You know what? You know what? Be a good like 1 month feud to just have and throw away. And people might not actually agree with this. If they don't give the title to Orton at Hell in a Cell, they should bring back Jinder and have him go against McIntyre and just have McIntyre beat him up. Just a 1 month feud. Just to have somebody for the next pay-per-view. It don't even have to go any further than that.
Or have Jinder interrupt Hell in a Cell.
That can work.
And just the premise of it is just like, while Jinder is happy for Drew, he want his belt back.
Like, it's good to see you have, yeah.
And there's multiple layers under that and multiple directions you can go. You can have Jinder literally blame Drew for Heath's firing. There's so many levels and so many ways you can go with this. But they're not going to do that. And also,
They're going to have Mustafa Ali
come back.
You're going to have Mustafa interrupt them with Retribution. And Mustafa Ali is going to get jumped. And Drew McIntyre is going to win the belt.
We don't need to put Retribution in anything that they don't need to be in. Mustafa could stay whatever little feud he got going right now. He need to stay there. No titles need to be around Retribution.
What feud? He's
Hurt Business. Retribution are feuding with Hurt Business. They literally interjected Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss there for no reason. Like none.
I'm not
that should really have a feud with them. They can't even have a feud with them, and that's Selena and Andrade because they first showed up and they like Sister Abigail, both of them clean.
That shit was sexy as hell. Yo.
That's who should be having beef with them. There is no reason for them to be fighting Retribution.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna fight Retribution,
but there's still no reason for them to even be there.
I agree. I think honestly in that position, when it comes to Retribution, they really fucked up because you could have just had Retribution be on Raw and SmackDown and just
and you could have them be dominant and not have a WWE contract, which they said they weren't here for.
Survival Series, like that's a thing. You could have easily had them fuck them up for months on end, and then Survivor Series, basically, because the whole thing is we're trying to dismantle the brand, basically have them fuck everything up. And considering you got COVID, you could
some extra shit.
Yeah, like basically, we're gonna have our Retribution in NXT. We're gonna have our Retribution in fucking SmackDown. We're gonna have our Retribution on Raw, and y'all just gonna have to beat us. That's it. Easy.
Makes sense.
You could easily have Mustafa lead. You could easily have Mustafa. He could go off about how he felt he was done dirty and all this other extra shit. Blah blah blah.
The reason why it's not going to work with NXT is because NXT's got so many different interlooping storylines going on right now that if they did that, they would literally only be able to. The only people that would be like viable that you could see fighting against Retribution is Undisputed Era. And right now, one of Undisputed Era's members is injured because of his fight with Finn Balor, and that was Kyle O'Reilly. I don't know what's going on with Roderick Strong or Adam Cole, but I think they're also injured. And Bobby Fish is injured too. And just about all of Undisputed Era got attacked backstage on last NXT that passed. So they have too many different stories going on. They got something going on with Finn Balor, who's holding the NXT title. So your champion is also injured, so you don't have them to attack. Breezango got towed out of the belt. They had the tag titles, and they lost them because they got kicked in the nuts. Yeah, NXT's got their own thing going on right now. So them having a program that led into Survivor Series, it just doesn't work.
I mean, I get it.
Not this year, anyway. But now, for for Raw and SmackDown, it makes a little bit of sense. But the problem is, and who I feel like they're, and I hope they don't do this, but it looks like they're gearing up Keith Lee to probably join with Retribution. Because he's had one match that he's won, and it was against Randy Orton. Every other match is shrouded in controversy or DQs, and he lost to Braun Strowman because Strowman punched him in the dick. And then he punched Strowman back in the dick after the match and beat him up. So, like, there's just so much dumb shit going on in WWE where, like, storylines are either we're getting fed bits and pieces to a bigger story that's gonna come out to play later down the line, or they just don't know what the fuck they're doing with certain stars and they're floating in like mid-card to no-card limbo. Like, it makes no sense, even though he worked his ass off for this. It makes no sense that there are top stars out there with no direction going for them, and R-Truth is running around with the 24/7 championship, being made more relevant than all of them, and that belt is literally meant to be irrelevant.
The GOAT. R-Truth.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that belt is meant to be made irrelevant, and just because it's R-Truth, it's like one of the most important titles on the show.
I think R-Truth just makes it so much worth.
He's just marketable. It's just great.
He also don't age.
That too. Because black don't crack.
That man is like 50 something, son.
Black
I'm still laughing at the fact that the last time he had an actual match, he just like, if you could, you know how like in Madden you can choose somebody else's playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He went into that match and came out as John Cena because he literally did Cena's 5 moves of doom. The shoulder tackles, the spin out power bomb, the 5 knuckle shuffle, and an AA in one.
Like, wow.
I'm done. That's wow.
So yeah, there's a lot of like little interlocking storylines going on right now. I'm not too sure what's going on with Street Profits. I'm not too sure what like who's New Day is going to be fighting because they don't seem to have any actual real contenders for their belts right now. And
I think honestly, you can have them fight each other, have Street Profits win and unify the belts at Mania. Or even Survivor Series, or even like, I think unifying the titles would be what's best, and I think a good fight between Street Profits and New Day would just be all around entertaining. Like, we're unifying the belts.
The New Day can't put on a bad tag team match, and freaking Ford is so fucking athletic. It doesn't matter if he's doing a frog splash or a crossbody. This motherfucker got springs in his shoes.
Like, it's
fucking so much hang time.
That match is going to be entertaining. And that match is going to be entertaining. I feel like them just shoving antics at each other. You don't really need a deep ass storyline. Hey, we're unifying the belts. Have them just look at each other and be like, this is gonna be fun.
Like New Day, you guys are cool and all, but just know, come WrestleMania, we want the smoke. And that's all you gotta do.
Like, that match, I think like certain matches just sell itself. That's one of them. You can literally just have them unify the titles, them just cut promos on each other's matches, cut ass on each other. Fucking hilarious.
So here's a nice little tidbit that you might not be aware of. Do you remember back when Sasha Banks, Tamina, and Naomi were a team called Team Bad?
Mm-hmm.
The Street Profits have a remixed version of that song as their intro.
What? I'm about to start catch up on this.
But the crazy thing is that the Street Profits entrance is so entertaining and it's so swagged out and it goes with the song that whenever anybody goes back and listens to Team Baz, they're just like, nah, Street Profits.
Nah. That's funny. I think honestly, in the retrospect of just what they want to do in fucking Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, another fun fact before you go into that. Brodus Clay had Flash Funk's theme song.
Who?
Flash Funk, a wrestler from like the 90s. He was like a high flying sensation before we had all the high flyers that we got. Funk was always on a roll.
I think honestly,
looks like they all over the place.
it's not the fact that they're all over the place. It's literally they're just utilizing who they have horribly. Like I feel bad for Asuka. I feel bad for Lana. I feel bad for Zelina. I feel like honestly, if you would have did for Lana what you did for Zelina last in Clash of Champions, it would have worked better. Because
oh, sorry. There's also rumors that they're bringing back Eva Marie.
God, hopefully they don't do her dirty like they've been doing Mickie James lately. But
what you talking about? Eva Marie sucked when she was there.
I said what I said.
She was trained by Brian Kendrick and couldn't even perform sliced bread number 2 like at all. And he literally trained her to do that move. He trained her for all her in-ring stuff. You know what happened? She busted an implant and had to leave.
Oh.
Oh, my titty! Ah!
When she used to come out, she got more heat than Roman Reigns ever got in his career. Like the boos, you could not hear entrance music.
Nigga said, Eva, boo!
Like the boos, the boos were pretty much her entrance song. Like, so they say she's been training and she's gotten better, but that's what they said with her first run where she came back and she was trash. So all that's left to be seen is what they do with that. Also, I'm low-key waiting to see what the hell they're supposed to be doing with Carmella, because they changed her from the Princess of Staten Island to this high-ass fashionista. And I don't know if she's just waiting to be buried by Charlotte Flair, because that's also somebody coming back. Then we have rumors that Ronda Rousey's coming back, and Becky Lynch is supposed to be coming back sometime soon.
I thought Becky has supposed to have a kid on the way.
I said
she's supposed to give birth soon.
Okay.
But what I feel bad because I feel like the angle that they're going with Lana, they could have literally done this at Clash of Champions and then have it carry over into now. You could have a fight between her and Natalya, have her build her bones up. But you could do the same shit that Zelina wanted to do in Clash of Champions. You could have done that with Lana. Basically, after their breakup, have Lana do the whole have Natalya go like, yo, you're worthless, you don't do anything right, you're never gonna do shit, and then have her call out fucking Asuka, even though they're on SmackDown, so that's where fucks that up. Lana at the time, right?
Lana's Raw.
No, but before Clash of Champions, they're on SmackDown, right?
No.
Oh, so you could have called out Asuka and been like, "Hey, Asuka,
Nope.
Basically, I want to challenge you to a match at Clash of Champions." Blah 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 blah. Asuka do literally the same shit Zelina did. She could have they could have cut that promo. That shit would have worked. And basically with Lana, after she loses, Natalya keeps on fucking with her. Natalya fucks her over at the Battle Royale thing. That can set them up for a match at Hell in a Cell, whatever the fucking case may be. But then with Zelina Vega, considering she's fed up at these two dipshits, she could have easily won the fucking Battle Royale, proved to them that she can do this shit by herself and she don't need no team, that she's worth something, and then now she has a title match against Asuka at Hell in a Cell. And it just means a little bit more, and the story feels better.
But you know what happens at Hell in the Cell?
Burials.
I win.
Hey, wake up! I win.
Some again. Do people still get tossed off the top, or they don't do that no more? Because I want to see someone get tossed from the top of the Hell in the Cell.
Nigga,
Shay
like
on it through a table.
Shay's gonna come out. Hey guys, Raw Underground got canceled, but I'm on top of this Hell in the Cell. Welcome to Jackass.
Oh my goodness!
Literally just like
that's it.
Nigga's gonna jump off like Jim Carrey to get a cable guy. Someone's got to kill the babysitter.
All in all, I'm kind of just waiting and watching to see what WWE does. I'm also slightly intrigued in what AEW is doing. They got their own thing going on with Kenny Omega and Adam Page. They got this nice little angle with MJF and Jericho, where we're just seeing who's going to stab the other person in the back first. Moxley is beating dog shit out of people. He's been holding on to that AEW championship for a while now, so I feel like he's about to lose it, but I don't know who's going to beat him.
I still feel like the Mimosa match is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, Jericho makes everything work.
Jericho, it's just that match. It's just him and Orange. It's just, I love it. I love every second of it. Orange. It's fucking hilarious. I love every second of it. And I barely watch AEW. It's just,
you having me crying. I was like, hold on. Anywho, SF, what was this? What was I saying? I was talking about
Orange.
Samarilla is like, oh, how does anybody lose to him? He's named after a piece of fruit.
This is the thing I want to see. Giving it up. It's just his fucking persona. It's just,
it was a match. It happened, and I was entertained. It's getting it.
Like it's just freshly squeezed. Like I was gonna buy a shirt to wear the Orange Cassidy shirt all summer and just hands in my pockets, jean jacket.
Just shoulder, just tap kicking people.
Just there's nothing you need to do. It's just that Mimosa match.
Orange Cassidy was gonna get serious and actually wrestle for real. So when he did, they were like, "Fuck, this guy can go."
Yeah, man, it's really fucking immaculate, and he could turn it on whenever. That's the best part about his gimmick.
And right now, like, even we're at a weird state where like even Impact is good right now. So
my god, what they're doing with EC3 is just
even though he looks like Kurgan.
Wow, you said Impact Wrestling's doing good. Hold on. Y'all niggas said y'all said Impact Wrestling doing good.
Yes.
As
right now, it's
Impact Wrestling.
Impact Wrestling, formerly known as Global Force Wrestling, formerly known as Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. It's actually have storylines. It's gotten so good that even Simon Miller is covering it on a weekly basis now for his ups and downs.
Yeah, and like
I can't believe I heard that.
The push for the women's championship
it's just a really good time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
But the problem is that wrestling fans are one of the most toxic fan bases in the world. They're just never satisfied with anything. They push. That person finally gets their push, and then all of a sudden they hate them. It's just they're never satisfied.
I think the thing is, it's like, remember when Roman was supposed to win and Batista won, and then when Roman won, it just began to hate.
Yeah, and I was like,
that's literally what it is, and it's just like
that. Like,
I just don't really care at what other people. I got tired of arguing with people when it comes, especially wrestling fans. I'm in wrestling groups, and I was arguing with someone about CM.
I go in there and I just troll.
They're
I got booted out from one group for making fun of Paige. Even though
your man EC3,
I can't see that.
It's hold on. If it comes into view, I'm trying to get it into view. There we go.
Why is neck like that? No, what's up his neck?
And then they had like a whole cinematic scene where he just pulled up from the darkness, busted open. That nigga look whole types of creepy, bro. It's fucking hilarious and it's great, and I loved every second of it.
Is that his neck about to bench press you? Oh my goodness. I'm about to look up some wrestling sources and actually start following.
Oh, even better.
Ups and downs. That's all you need to watch.
Ups and downs?
Yep, ups and downs.
I will definitely start doing that because y'all said Impact Wrestling's good. I don't know how to take that in. Oh my goodness!
If it loads, if it shows properly.
Why they do that to him?
Nigga, why he did that to him?
Oh my goodness!
And that's what makes you just you and me. Oh man.
I gotta give me a moment. I'm still trying to take this in. Impact Wrestling is good and entertaining now.
Yeah, because it has nothing to do with old washed up fucking WWE stars. And I don't mean people who used to work in WWE like a year ago and went to a different promotion. I mean motherfuckers that were like bottom of the barrel old as shit, like fucking Hulk Hogan and Jeff Jarrett and like fucking Kevin Nash.
We don't
people that just shouldn't be in the ring. It was like WCW at one point.
Yeah, and I was like, wow. Like I remember the last thing that they really did good before I stopped following them. I know they had MVP and Bobby Lashley had a little gimmick thing, which was actually like the best thing they did.
You mean the now Hurt Business? That's why the Hurt Business came to be.
Yeah, no, the Hurt Business is easily one of the best things on Raw right now.
The Hurt Business came to be because they knew what the fuck MVP was doing with Lashley in Impact Wrestling. They knew that was money. They knew that.
Okay, I didn't know that they brought that over.
MVP single-handedly became the moneymaker of Raw for a good long minute, and that man only came back to wrestle 2 fucking matches. He wanted to show his kid how he looked when he wrestled. He came back for the Royal Rumble and was supposed to be for 2 televised matches. This man is one of the best running things on Monday Night Raw right now.
Wow. Yo, MVP, and that everybody wants people to give MVP their flowers now because of, what he's doing with them. And I agree.
He didn't get enough. I remember when he was in Raw, when he was with WWE, when he first joined up, they didn't give him the credit that he was dude.
That man was a 2-time United States champion and, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a cruiserweight champion. He was definitely feuding with Hurricane Helms and a lot of other people. He had some good feuds.
I think he beat good number. I know he beat Batista in some matches. He beat John Cena. He has some noticeable W's on his belt. It's just.
You mean? Did you just say Hurricane?
Hurricane Helms. Well, he was actually Gregory Helms at that point. He had dropped the Hurricane persona, and he was just like this monster heel that was just like, he don't need nobody, and that eventually came and bit him in the ass because he was acting like he was better than everybody. But he had some really good feuds, like Matt Hardy, MVP. So, yeah.
Hurricane is one of my favorite wrestlers during the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah, and they kind of dropped the ball with him. They dropped the ball. And then when they brought him back, he didn't have the same tenacity as he did when he was Gregory Helms.
You know who was better than him?
We already know. The person who put him on the shelf.
Yeah, okay. You just had to get that out there.
That's who put him on the shelf. He literally killed that career.
What's up with that?
That Jimmy Wang Yang.
What's up with that?
He put it in
The
his
best
body.
fucking gimmick. People say,
I
be saying that every
what we need to do
every
now.
wrestling.
What we need to do is give a mustache and a tank top and a fucking cowboy hat, and there we go. The new Jimmy Wang Yang.
I think honestly, people don't appreciate Kurt Angle being with the Alliance and Stone Cold. His segments with Kurt Angle, Stone Cold, and Vince was some of the funniest shit I fucking witnessed, son. Stone Cold stared at him.
Don't care. Give me crack corn, and I don't
Kurt.
care. Give me crack corn. Kurt. Don't care. Kurt got Olympic gold. I got Olympic gold.
Yo, and he goes like, "Hey, how is it you acted like a fucking jackass?" He took his hat and flung. Nigga took his hat and flung that shit like Kung Lao, son.
Like, what are you doing? I'm cheering up Vince. Well, where is he?
It was just like, yo, Kurt Angle and Stone Cold are just really good sharing segments together. It was fucking hilarious. And like, especially early Kurt Angle was just.
Oh, you talking about
with hair?
You know what? With hair. I'm gonna take like 10 Vicodins before my match. Let's do this.
They got this. That's God. Yeah, some of the cleanest suplexes I've ever seen, bro. Whatever segments, whatever gimmicks people. I still think people don't give Hollywood Rock's gimmick the credit that it's due. And it took The Rock coming back with that persona to have people really realize how good that fucking persona was. Just the amount of shit talking that man did was just immaculate. I always like Devon. Always like Rubber Devon. I liked almost every Matt Hardy gimmick.
Who else was good?
King Booker was really good.
King Booker was amazing. He came in the ring as King Booker, and he looked down at everyone like a peasant. It was priceless.
Man, he had Sharmell screaming "All Hail King Booker" every 5 seconds. That was the most annoying entrance ever. And the right to censor was a thing.
King Booker! The right to censor. Who was it? Steven Richards, The Godfather. Ivory? No.
Bo Buchanan and Ivory.
Boo Buchanan. Shit. Forgot all about him.
Bo Buchanan came in as John Cena's rap buddy.
Anyway. The world's greatest tag team is still one of my favorite things.
They had lightning in a jar with American Alpha, and they fucked both of them over.
Them versus Team Angle was supposed to be the fucking patriotic match. The most patriotic match you could ever ask for.
I would sooner believe that Chad Gable would have been Kurt Angle's illegitimate son rather than Jason Jordan. All Jason Jordan got to show for it is one top tag team title run with Seth Rollins, and then a career-ending injury.
Well, that's like you know who else was great? You know, you gotta give it to them. I ain't like them, but they were actually entertaining for some weird reason. Spirit Squad. Why?
And that's the end of the podcast, everybody. I want to give a shout out to all our sponsors. Not the Spirit Squad. Mikey, Jimmy,
I was like,
they were just a collective of I know they won matches, but like that
like when they had Triple H and Shawn Michaels fight them, I'm like, yo, why are you doing this?
They were just like a stable of squashers.
You mean the Job Squad?
Huh?
You mean the Job Squad?
The Job Squad. Yeah, you're right. Fucking, oh my god, I hated the Spirit Squad. Son.
It was like, but
why? What happened to fucking Val Venus?
Do not know.
I remember him doing DDP yoga, and then I don't know what happened to him after that.
Then Billy and Chuck was probably the amount of people I trolled with that goddamn theme music. The Billy Chuck, you look so. Why? You give me that look because you know the pain. Why are you giving me that look? I'm singing the theme song.
You about to have Nunzio pop out your closet and throw a blanket over your head.
Remember fucking who was Heidenreich breathing on like
Michael Cole?
No, like I like you.
Michael Cole.
No, because Michael Cole didn't say I like you too. Heidenreich was breathing on somebody, and someone else was like, "Yo, I like you too."
The only person he was in proximity with like that was Michael Cole. He had him in a boiler room and read that nigga poetry.
Poor Michael Cole.
Is he still there?
Yep.
Michael Cole is
I'm
still
sorry.
of Monday Night Raw, and every time Sasha Banks comes out, he has an orgasm.
It's the boss. And then, when Bayley and Sasha were wrestling, shut up, Michael!
Oh no!
Word, she bugged on him. It was great.
It was so perfectly timed because he was just and it goes like, we just don't know what she's gonna do without her partner Sasha. Shut up, Michael!
Michael Cole. Don't be low. I just need Jimmy Wang Yang to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, and I'm good.
He's never gonna be inducted.
Stop it! Don't ruin that dream.
It's not gonna.
Punk ass bitch.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the best cruiserweight ever. That's all we need. Jimmy Wang Yang, you are now a Hall of Famer. That's all I need to hear. Jimmy Wang Yang, WWE Hall of Famer. Don't care what year. Hall of Famer. That's all I need. That's all we need. He's a Hall of Famer that the world needs but doesn't deserve.
By the way, I mentioned the Revival earlier. They're also the AEW Tag Champions.
Really?
Yeah. They're defending against the Young Bucks at the moment. Well, at their next pay-per-view. Or big event, as I'll call it.
See how that goes.
It's going to be no flips, just fists versus Super Kick Party.
Good old Young Bucks.
It's going to be melted drivers and shatter machines.
Yeah, we gotta watch that.
I get to see AJ Styles go at.
My man got Shaq Fu in his corner, bro. He got Shaq Fei Hong for a bodyguard.
the greatest fighting game character ever invented.
Yo, they're gonna put him in Smash, and I'm gonna just watch everyone just get extra salty. Who the fuck's you actually gonna get Smash?
I will stop playing Smash. They put Shaq Fei Hunger Smash. If Shaq Fei Hunger the next DLC, I'm jumping back into Smash.
That hurt my throat.
That's all my Shaq Fei Hunger's back. I have a reason to play Smash again.
Oh, Snitsky.
I'm here.
Oh, shit.
Yo,
Like, you know why I'm here.
Punching the baby is probably the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, yo.
Speaking of Smash, I'm hearing people like tight with the whole Steve.
Now we already talked about that.
That shit is funny, though.
Nah, but yo, we already pushing 2.5 hours on this pod. Is there anything else y'all want to talk? Y'all want to mention? Y'all want to give a shout out to?
Jimmy Wang Yang, WWE Hall of Famer. Look out for that.
We need to be shouting out is these streams. They need to come watch these TGA streams. They need to come watch my streams and watch the boys do their thing.
Exactly. Me and him got a very special Call of Duty Warfare. Or damn, that was butcher. I'm gonna take my
take two.
Take two. Any fucking hoot. Me and Joe got a very special Call of Duty Warzone stream coming along, and it's gonna suck because he's gonna be carrying me, and I'm gonna do my damn hardest to make sure he doesn't win.
So you get to watch me yell at this guy because, oh brother, this guy stinks.
Scumbag Matt.
Fucking deadbeat Matt, just like, wow. Like the last time we streamed, we were streaming Call of Duty, and like, just like we were on the train, and the train took us where it shouldn't have went, and we died. And when I mean to tell you,
we weren't even streaming; we were just playing.
No, we were streaming.
It glitched. It wasn't supposed to take you into a station where there's gas, and it took us deep into the fucking gas, where like you might as well have been living in that bitch. And it was no way.
A stream. That was a whole stream.
Well, I don't remember. I remember that, but I don't remember it being a stream. But hey,
niggas died. Y'all had fun with the grass.
Like that whole session, we got hoed. Like we were having real good games, but we kept getting hoed on some dumb shit. Like we'd get a gulag and get one-shotted or something, and we'll watch the kill cam and Son just like aim-botted or something. Or we'd get stuck in the gas because of the fucking glitch.
Yo, it's like, and like, especially during that one with the fucking train glitch, I had like 3 kills. Dro had like 6. We had all our equipment needed. Like we were killing shit.
We had our loadout drops. We were following the circle properly. We were.
There were literally like 6 teams left. There were like 6 teams left, and it was like 5 teams left.
They was like, y'all like mustard gas. Here y'all go.
Said, you know what it suck right now? You guys got on the wrong train.
Yep. And then there was one time where I died.
Y'all got stuck on that A train going to Far Rock over the bridge and got stuck there.
They said, here's the one train.
And on that note, be on the lookout for our streams. The TGA streams. Twitch is very close to being an affiliate. Hopefully, by the time this video is uploaded and everything, we will reach that goal. Dro's on his way. We're going to be pushing for that as well. And take the time out to pledge to either our Patreon or donate to the cause, whichever which way is possible, because we like doing more shit other than these Zoom, Skype podcasts every fucking day. But
I feel like I'm at work.
Yeah, man. Like we want to do shit. We want to provide entertainment for you guys. So Please feel free to give a donation or subscribe to our Patreon. There's going to be a very special announcement on Patreon only content coming in the upcoming future. This is Matthias, Dro, Show.
I might make a Twitch and stream. Join the cool kids.
Yeah, we're ending this. We don't need
Wow, you know what? Don't you shush me, bitch niggas.